my dear Aries. This is a reading about the true thoughts and feelings the person most on your mind have when it comes to you and your relationship. With me, Queen of Cups Tarot. As an extended member to the channel, you will get these readings ahead of time and with no ads. And there's an all houses reading up. What major thing will manifest from the October solar eclipse that was made for the full members but shared with all the members to the channel. And a love and spirituality reading is up for all the members to the channel. Subscribe and check out the many perks through the join button that will appear, or follow the link in the description box to learn more about membership. And I use the Light SEER'S Tarot with Chris Ann for the readings part, and I will start shuffling your cards. So when I open your deck here, I see the Fool together with Knight of Wands. This is very similar energy about someone that's very enthusiastic, might not have thought about all the consequences with their plan. Okay. I call the Divine with Love and Light. And here I have the King of Swords, which is kind of the opposite. They are all about planning. Can be a little bit to the OCD scale of things. So really wanting everything to go accordingly to schedule. So I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And here we have the Hermit together with the Knight of Wands. So I'm feeling like the King of Swords in this equation is feeling hurt by the Knight of Wands because they are not thinking things through, because they're too like they are a risk taker, or someone that you can't really trust, or that doesn't play things safe. Okay, I call the 6 elements, and here we have the 10 of Wands together with the Knight of Wands. So it's almost like this person, the King of Swords, wants to trust you, or if you are the King of Swords, you want to trust this person. You even want to kind of build a future with them, or this, and the King of Swords wants to build a future with the Knight of Wands. It's just that they feel like it could be a bad idea because of this a little bit reckless lifestyle, or living with a person that doesn't think things through, which isn't a bad thing per se. I don't think things through. I just, wake up one morning and think this is what I will do, and then I do it. But I'm also very well organized, so one doesn't have to rule out the other. But the King of Swords feel like this is dangerous. You should have a 5-year plan. I don't have a 5-year plan. Okay. So, tuning in for a few seconds to you and the person most on your mind, and the true thoughts and feelings of that person when it comes to you and your relationship. So, this is their most likely action, but also the evolution of the relationship. And this is what they are thinking and feeling. And we have the alchemic wedding here. So they probably, the King of Swords wants the King of Wands to change. They hope that they will grow, that they will become a more stable partner, that they will become someone that they can trust, and that will take sensible decisions. That might not be a solid plan. To make someone else change usually never is. Okay. And the most likely action, we have the Strength card. So this gives a little bit more like oomph to this plan, because the Strength card, I guess, a person that can move mountains. So we'll see what's going on here. This is this person's intentions towards you, and we have a 5 of Wands, which works very well with the Temperance card. It's like either we can nag on a person to change so they will become more like us, instead of us kind of accepting and digesting and taking in our shadow. We want to erase it in both ourselves and in the other person, for example. But the good news is that it's not possible. We meet our shadow, like the person that holds the key to parts of us that we have neglected and that we need to integrate in our person. So the alchemic process here, it's about taking in our different aspects and becoming a more and more grown up and balanced person. So even if our plan might be to change the other person, really the other person is going to change us, because this is how it works. We meet someone that's the opposite or have a lot of different ideas and different ways to do things, and then we kind of battle things through with them until we become more and more like them. It doesn't mean that we become them, it's just we're still ourselves. We just become more than what we were before. And this is like real growth. 14, temperance, 1 + 4, 5. So 5 of Wands, and this temperance card is very connected. And this is their thoughts, and we have an Ace of Wands. So I'm feeling the feeling of, I'm into spiritual growth, and I think I'm a little bit like more advanced than my partner, and but my advancement will rub off on this less advanced partner. So again, this person is fooling themselves a little bit, and sometimes it can be in the reversed as well. So I'm not always 100% sure if I'm talking about the person most on your mind or yourself, because usually when I do readings about the person that's most on your mind, that's also your shadow. So they are kind of you in a way. This is what they are feeling in this situation, and we have the moon here. So the moon probably feel like you are dangerous, or that you don't have the best intentions at all times. That you can do something reckless or something that will make them feel bare and naked and vulnerable. So I'll try to find an example. Let's say that we have a partner that has like this king of the Knight of Wands Fool. They just run off and do something. So they might be unfaithful, or they might decide to move to another town and start working there and not even asking us if that's a good idea. So it's hard to be a partner to a person like this. So we can want them to change and hope that they will become more responsible, but we're also fearing that they won't be more responsible. And this is how they view the relationship, the devil. So it's like I'm feeling that I fell in love with someone that is not like me, and they're not trustworthy. They don't plan ahead. They do reckless stuff. So the devil is basically our shadow. So this person is of course talking about themselves and fearing their own kind of dark side, which this person that they are looking at is displaying, but the person that's doing the looking is also having these traits. It just comes out as a shadow. We can see this pretty often. I don't know if you have been in this situation where a friend is, discussing a problem with another friend and saying that they always do this and it's so horrible and they don't know how it makes me feel. And we are just listening, and it's like they're describing themselves. And we know that at several occasions we have been on the losing end of that behavior from the person that's sitting, right in front of us. It's very hard no, it's not really hard to say that to the person. It's just to say, I understand, because that's a little bit what happened, the other day when we did this and you did that. So you can probably look into what happened for you in that situation, and you can now understand the other person. So that usually works, actually. This is what they are thinking will happen, or what they are seeing in the future, and it's a 10 of Swords. So they don't even believe their plan in making the other person change. They think it's a worthless plan, but it still seems to be their plan, that either to change you or to change themselves. That they think that because many people have this kind of battle inside themselves as well. Let's say that there's a person with an addiction or a drinking problem. They might be fighting this urge to drink every day. And then it's an internal battle. It's like the shadow inside of them is, it's like different aspect of them is having a battle inside of us. So one that wants to take a drink and forget about everything and just live happy today, and the other one that wants to think about the consequences, and maybe like a third aspect that thinks that therapy would be a good idea. Also, all these different aspects inside a person can make decision making a little bit complicated, because we have different parts of us that wants different things. Okay. So, the most likely action, 4 of Swords, 2 of Swords, both is where a person is not dealing, not talking, not revealing how they feel, not solving the situation. But on the other hand, we avoid conflict, we avoid difficult situations, we avoid the truth also at some parts. So I will see if I can make sense of this, why they are having this avoidance. It's conflict avoidance, so that's not strange. Like, we want to avoid conflict, so we're putting our head in the sand. But what's really going on here? I think what I'm looking at is that this person is unable to see their own like what they are bringing to the situation. We see that they are blindfold, so they are blaming the other person. They're saying that this person is the problem, or if my ex wouldn't have been such this and this, I wouldn't needed to take that other drink or started drinking in the first place. So we kind of make it for someone else's. It's like we're finding an scapegoat for our issues. Okay, and here we have the Chariot. Okay, Chariot together with the Page of Cups. Interesting. It's almost like I want to come and make some kind of offer or proposal. Page of Swords. What I'm seeing here is a person that's actually trying to work through their issues. They are not an expert. Pages are like the beginning of the story, when we start to learn things from scratch. But here they kind of ignore the whole situation, but then strength came in, I'm guessing, and the person said, no, this needs to be solved. I need to take a hold on this. So it might be that the person will want to come and communicate with you about these issues, or want to go even to a therapist discussing their own issues, maybe dealing with childhood trauma or childhood wounds here in some way. So I will try to figure this out. So this is the Tarot of Sexual Magic, and I want to clarify their intentions. And we have the 8 of Cups. So this person is worn out, troubled by the conflicts in the relationship, the inability to see eye to eye, not only because you can't see eye to eye, they're tired of themselves as well. They feel vulnerable in the situation, both to their own feelings and, how they are triggered, how they act dramatic, but also to you and maybe your inability to understand them or see things their way. So it's like a tiredness. We have fought so hard trying to make it work. Okay, clarifying their thoughts about the situation. And we have the 2 of Cups. So the 2 of Cups. I'm not getting a best energy out of this 2 of Cups. What am I feeling? It's like I'm desperate for you, but in the same time, it's like making me feel awful about myself. I can't really 100% understand what's going on with this, why the person feel like this. It's like they feel that you bring out the worst in them. This is typical for people, being abusive or having some kind of self-sabotage, to decide that it was your fault that I became like this. So it's a little bit tendencies to that. Okay, so red flag, definitely. Okay, so their feelings in this situation. And we have the Four of Wands. So Four of Wands, it shows both Two of Cups and Four of Wands. It shows that this person feels like they have a relationship with you, as you are their significant other. But the question is, are you their person? Or is this just, it's like mindless addiction? Maybe they feel like they are addicted to you, or you are addicted to them, or both of you have self-sabotaging issues and addictions. So it can be that we have attachment to each other, like the relationship isn't working 100%, but still we can't move on, we can't walk away. Okay, so let's see. Clarify the devil here, which is how they view the relationship. And then we have the Three of Pentacles, which is actually a very beautiful card. So I'm seeing like this situation where we have these few but very, very beautiful intimate moments, when we hold each other's hand, walking down a dry summer's road, or we are snuggling in the sofa, or we're going to a party together, but we realize we want to get home and just be alone. So that kind of feeling, but I think it comes in small portions, that a lot else is like, it's like a motor that doesn't run properly. It's like but it's almost like these moments is what makes us forgive everything or forget everything. So we have like a horrible period, maybe with quarrels and difficult feelings inside ourselves, but then we come to a place where we are energetically in tune with our partner, and then we forget everything that happened, all the quarrels, all the things, how it made us feel, how tired we was. And it's like we start over again. It's like we reboot our brain, like we have amnesia. Just because something is great for, 1 day or a few days, we forget all about the troubles that we had like prior for several weeks. And this is what's usually going on in abusive relationships, that when finally the partner that's abusive is nice again, we just kind of relax and think that I don't even know what I complained about yesterday. This is wonderful. I love this person. So amnesia. It's like we are this moments of happiness is like a wooden club to our head, making us reboot our brain, so we don't remember what happened, and it goes over and over and over again like this. Okay, so clarify their thoughts or what they think will happen in the future. And we have this King of Swords. So the King of Swords is also pretty brutal energy in this deck. So I will try to read into it, because I remember the other King of Swords and I felt like really different feelings. See what I'm getting here. Yeah, I definitely feel someone feeling guilty of maybe being abusive or saying or doing things that they shouldn't have said. And again, feeling like, but you made me do it. No, it wasn't you that made me do it. I did it. No, but they made me do it. And then again, no, I did do it. So it's like a person that's trying to stay awake, trying to not do some stupid thing that they are usually doing. See how this tied to the things that I saw in the beginning with this reckless person, and it can actually be that the reckless person is the one that has like a dreamy, naive outlook on life, and are the one that might suffer from amnesia. So if that's you, that you as soon as your partner becomes nice again, you forget about it. And in the same time, the person kind of blames you for your personality. It's like you are too naive, or you should be like this, or you should be like that. I try to understand it, but it comes in like glimpses just. Why would we be offended by our partner being kind of naive and, a little bit like a 3-year-old running around, maybe falling and scraping their knees? It's like it triggers something inside this person, that it triggers their need for control, or the need for, if you are out of control, if you are living your life like from like a butterfly, or like a colibri maybe, drinking nectar from different flowers like this, for this King of Swords is too irresponsible to do it like that, and it makes them like a little bit angry with you. Okay. Clarify the Four of Swords, the most likely action, judgment. So here again, I'm feeling like they're holding off from doing something that can destroy you, or the bond that you have, or even if you have family, like children, things like this. Clarify the Two of Swords, and it's the Wheel. So we have both judgment and the Wheel. So we are blind to how we are creating the same situation over and over again, but this person wants to wake up, so that's why we have the judgment here. So this is both being blind, but it's also holding off from doing that thing again. So it might be that this person wants to put themselves in isolation, so they can't do that reckless, stupid thing again, because they don't want to repeat their past mistakes. In the same time, they're also denying their past mistakes. Okay, clarify the Chariot. And we have the Five of Pentacles. So this person has such a strange emotional life. It's like all over the place. Because here, first they were pissed off with you because you are too naive and just, thinking that life is so beautiful. And here, they feel vulnerable because if you get like distant towards them because they are difficult with you and blaming you for stuff, they feel abandoned and, tossed out in the cold. So I definitely think this person has some like early childhood issues where they might have loved their parent, but in the same time seen that they weren't capable to be a good parent. And whenever they weren't 100% there for this child, they also felt very abandoned. So they might have had a parent that was maybe a drinking problem or a drug problem, or that had maybe were too childish to have children of their own, or that kind of were in some way too naive to have the role as a parent. So this the King of Swords is like looking maybe at all people or all partners like this as if they are incapable of taking care of themselves or their life, and want to go in and micromanage because they saw that their parents weren't able to take care of themselves. So this might be a child that has been forced to take care of their parents in some way, or that had big disagreements with their parents in the same time as we love them, because I'm seeing so contradictory feelings here. Okay, clarify the Page of Cups, Three of Wands, communication. So this person wants things to be better. They want things to not be like it has been in the past. And clarify the Page of Swords, and it's the Ace of Cups. Basically because they love you, they want to change, they want to heal this gruesome past, or they want to at least understand why they're acting like this, or why they're behaving in certain ways. Okay, so we'll take some to go deeper into their persona here. Addiction, codependent, obsession, passion, controlling, has a block, restraint. Yeah, it kind of sums up what I've told you so far, that this is a person with, like, they have control issues, but they might also have a drug problem, and they get angry with people for being out of control, and then they are out of control themselves. and then they get sad because the person that they felt was out of control takes control and don't want to be with them because they acted shitty the other day. And so it's a big mess. Okay, coffin. Ending brings new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. So if it would end with this person, the divine basically says it wouldn't be the end of the world. It would just be an end of a bad situation. Breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. So we can be stuck in this kind of dynamic forever because we understand the other person and we understand their sadness, and maybe after they have done something stupid, they will cry and ask for apologies, and we can, see their point of view and how hurt they are and things like this. And it's not good, okay? It's dangerous. Can be a dangerous situation where we are kind of sucked in over and over and over again in a almost like a wash machine that just does this with our whole life. So the divine basically says, if this would be the end, and that wouldn't be a bad thing, or if you would end it, that wouldn't be a bad thing. I don't see that this person wants to end it. I see like they would want to come and save it, and they love you so much, and they are so sorry because how they did things in the past. But, that's when they are in their awakened self, and then they hate their own shadow so much because it might be also similar to their parents. They're acting similar to their parents or acting out their parents' patterns, and they hate it. So when they hate it and shunt that part of them, it becomes their shadow. And what do the shadow do? It takes over control from the subconscious. The subconscious is the moon, the devil is the shadow. So then it comes out the back door, and the person kind of do things or say things that they don't even mean, like with their normal self. But since they are not integrated with their other parts, it's like almost like they have a split personality. Most people are suffering from this, that hasn't worked through their shadows. When we get into our shadow, we react very dramatically and in a very self-preservation kind of mood, so it can go into overdrive and make everyone else into the enemy. And so it's very likely that this will happen again as long as this person hasn't integrated their shadow and kind of accepted these parts and worked with them. They say they want to do this here with this Page of Cups and the Page of Swords, but and that's nice, but maybe it's they can start the therapy and really go through with it, and after a year maybe you can have another go if it seems like it's the therapy is working. Okay, I can't love you in the way you deserve right now. So that's from their soul. They want to love you. They want to be with you. If they're not with you, they feel like you're abandoning them as their parents have abandoned them. But the truth is, from their higher self, from their soul, is that they can't love you in the way that you deserve. They can even be hurtful or hurt you. I have a traumatized inner child. So that's what we saw here with this person and their parents, and they don't want to be as their parents. They don't want to be that same person, and that's the biggest danger, because then we become that person. Since we deny this side of us, we can't see it, we become blind to it. I feel lonely without you. So it's this Five of Pentacles that will make them become very dramatic and almost do whatever it takes to get you back, but it's not a super good idea. I'm lost without you. You see this sad story, and yellow green. It's like poor old me, and I feel for this person. I can definitely see their need of love and tender care. They were brought to this life and weren't really taken care of in a proper way, and to no fault of their own. They have these traumas, but for you to become a victim to the same behavior that they suffered as a child, there's no point to it, really. So, but that's just like one side of the story, and you have free will. As born on this planet as a human, you have free will to do what you want with this, but the advice is basically to not be with this person until they have been able to integrate their shadow. Okay. So I would urge you to watch the love reading for November, or the reading What Do They Want to Happen Between You, to get more information about this relationship. On my first channel page, there's a playlist for your specific astrological sign where you can watch all the latest readings for your specific sign in one single playlist. On the end screen, you will see a link to that playlist, so go and check it out. Thank you for watching this far. Remember to like and share this video to help the channel out, and hit the bell notification on your way out to get updates when the next video is up. Until then, stay blessed and bye for now.